Hey, I literally couldn't sleep this morning because of my roommate. What's up? It's a culture detective here, investigating your favorite movies. And earlier today, about 7 hours ago, I went to the cinemas again to watch a movie. Again. And that movie is Nope. 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 The new movie written and directed by Jordan Peele. So this is one of the most anticipated movies of the year for me, given how Jordan Peele is one of the new bright faces in American horror alongside with Robert Eggers and Ari Aster. They form the holy trinity of modern American horror. So this is Jordan Peele's third feature film. His first film came out in 2018, I believe. The movie Get Out is Jordan Peele's debut feature. And when it first came out, I didn't really pay too much thought on it because I thought, hey, it's just a comedian tries his hands on some horror and maybe it's not going to be that great. But no, I watched it and I kind of enjoy it. It's a pretty fun, thrilling horror movie with a very original idea. Sure, it's kind of straightforward. It's not the artsiest, coolest horror movie out there, but it's still a very effective horror movie with a hell of an awesome last act. And then I believe in the year 2020, Jordan Peele has released a new movie called Us. Us is his sophomore feature, and it is not as great in my opinion because of all the exposition and all the plot holes, despite the fact that the premise itself is interesting, but it just doesn't execute well. Now we have Jordan Peele's third movie, Nope. And wow, this is, in my opinion, his boldest artistic statement yet. And again, Jordan Peele at first just seems like a, comedian tries his hands on some horror type deal. A lot of comedians do that. A lot of people who have starred in very dramatic, serious thriller films and horror films would go on to try to write comedy and vice versa. So this is not an uncommon phenomenon at all in the movie industry. But Jordan Peele seems to be someone who's truly into writing thriller and horror and who's truly passionate about this. And it really shows in Nope. Nope doesn't just feel like a conventional mainstream horror. It's actually a lot artsier than I thought it would be, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I love it a lot, actually. So, without spoiling much, Nope is actually NOPE, which stands for Not of Planet Earth. Aliens. Yes, this movie is about aliens and UFOs. Yes, it's about Daniel Kaluuya's character and Kiki Palmer's character. They are siblings, and they run a horse ranch in the middle of nowhere in the USA. They spot UFOs, they freak out, and they want to take some photos of it. And that's pretty much the plot of the movie without spoiling much for you. And yeah, it's actually really cool that Jordan Peele decided to write about aliens and UFOs because aliens and UFOs are easily the most tired and the most exhausted subgenre in the world of thriller and horror. Ever since that Plan 9 from outer space shit, all filmmakers, all horror and thriller filmmakers have basically given up on UFO movies, aside from Steven Spielberg, I guess. Because it's already a very tired genre. I get it. Aliens are scary, UFOs are mysterious. Ooh. So it seems as though there is no way to actually make a good UFO movie, but that is also the exact reason why now is a great opportunity to make something refreshing and artsy on this subgenre. And Jordan Peele has hopped onto the action. So yeah, this UFO subgenre is made refreshing again, which is really awesome. And also, just the marketing is really good for this movie because the trailer is amazing. I It's funny because if you watch movies in the cinemas in Hong Kong, they only play commercials and ads and trailers for movies for about 8 to 10 minutes, but in the USA they played for 25 minutes. And so I have seen a lot of trailers for new movies coming out. Nicole Kidman in the AMC promo and all that stuff. But one trailer that stands out to me is a trailer for Nope, because it started off like an ad with Keke Palmer saying, "Ooh, did you guys know that the first motion picture is actually a black man on a horse, and it's my great great grandfather?" And then Keke Palmer's dancing, and it's like, okay, wait, it's not an ad, is it? And then suddenly the music stops, and then the title card goes upwards, and you see Nope from Jordan Peele. And then it's like, oh, wait, this is a trailer for a movie. Oh no. And then you see all these, and then you see all these weird imagery, a woman with a weird destroyed face, Stephen Yun in a cowboy hat, horses, those American air balloon people where it's very colorful and they're people like flinging like I don't even know what those things are. You don't see it anywhere else in this world. You see it in Better Call Saul, I know that. So it's very strange, and the music in that trailer, it's sort of like hip hop and kind of poppy, and it's just a very unconventional horror movie trailer, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people, including me, actually wanted to see it. And the reverse title cards, it just reminds me of Kiss Me Deadly, and I just really like that. And I watched the movie, and it does live up to my expectations. It feels a lot artsier and a lot more mature than the two previous Jordan Peele films. And partially it's because I think technically, in terms of the technical elements of this movie, I think this is the best Jordan Peele film yet. The cinematography is great. It is done by Hoyte van Hoytema, frequent Christopher Nolan collaborator Hoyte van Hoytema. There are a lot of amazing wide shots of the bayous and the mountains here, and the sky, and the clouds, and whatever. And it's so eerie. And the soundtrack is surprisingly good as well. There are a lot of scenes that's supposed to be really scary, but instead of scary orchestral music or plucky strings, we have very upbeat music, which is, I didn't expect that. And it just works somehow. And I really like that. Including the last scene, it doesn't even feel like a horror soundtrack. It feels like a Western soundtrack, and it's actually pretty damn good. Um, yeah, this is probably not going to sit well with everyone because this movie is slower. It's not very slow, but it's slower than Get Out and Us. But that is also the exact reason why I like it more. It's because the slow scenes are atmospheric. They build the ominous atmosphere, and I just really like that. And also the fact that Jordan Peele decided to make this movie slower makes me think that he's even more bold and confident and artsy. And that's exactly why I enjoy it more. So I think it's safe to say that Nope appeals to an art house audience way more than it does to a mainstream audience. And also in the last act, when Keke Palmer did the Akira bike slide, damn, like Jordan Peele did the thing. He did the thing. Oh my god. And I guess before I get into spoilers, I want to say this movie feels uniquely American, and I mean that in a good way. Usually, when I say something feels American, I mean it negatively, like hamburgers and automatic guns and cowboy hats. But this feels American in that it feels uniquely African American surrealism. UFO sightings, clown sightings, Bigfoot. These are very American things. Like you don't. I mean, these things also happen in other countries, but you cannot imagine it happening outside of USA at all. And it just feels so strictly American. And the amusement parks, the need for clout and entertainment is just so American. And this movie actually captures that really well and makes it an aesthetic almost. And it's just awesome. Okay, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie, just skip to the end and look at the score. Yeah. So of course, what I like about Jordan Peele's movies is that the third act is always very unexpected. So if I was any other normal horror movie writer, the main characters, Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and the director guy, the filmmaker guy, and the store guy, you know, they escaped the UFO. You know, they would just give up and the movie would end there. But no, 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 no. Of course, in the last act, these characters have to come together and fight the fucking UFO. They have to fight it. They didn't really plan to fight it. They planned to take a photo of it and then film it. But at the end, they actually did fight the freaking UFO, and it is insane. It's just insane, and to see how it all like planned out, especially with the whole idea that the UFO shuts down all the electronic stuff. So they're using actual film camera. They're rolling the film. They're riding the horses, and they're using like these puffy, stuffy air human beings. Um, to indicate when the electricity is shut down so that they can locate where the UFO is. That's really freaking cool. Also, the design of the UFO is amazing because the UFO actually isn't a UFO. It actually isn't a spaceship. It's a flying alien essentially, and it's like a jellyfish. It doesn't really reveal its final form until the last act, and it looks horrifying. It looks like a gigantic jellyfish, and the eye of that UFO, that creature, it's like it opens and it opens inwards and opens even more and more and more, and it's so goddamn scary. And that scene when it just absorbed everyone in that amusement park, including Steven Yeun's character, and then you're like, oh my god. And then suddenly it shows you the stomach digestion scene. Wow, gross. And it just reminds you of Hereditary, because Hereditary does that too, you know, the decapitation, and we're like, okay, the movie's not going to show us the head, the decapitated head, right? Boom, and it shows you the head, and it's like, fuck. So that's really good. And then of course I have to talk about the chimp scenes. The opening scene is the chimp, which basically played out again before the last act of the movie, revealing Steven Yeun's character's past. And yeah, the chimp has nothing to do with the UFO, but that's a-okay because the themes work, and also because it is unrelated, I enjoy it even more. It's almost like you know, chimpanzees, UFO, weird electronic stuff, like all comes together loosely to create a vibe, and it's just kind of loose, and I like it. But also the idea that the chimpanzee killed those in that show because it's territorial, and that exactly plays into why that UFO, that alien creature, is territorial, and that also plays into the whole, you know, Daniel Kaluuya's character is a horse tamer thing. This is why he knows about all this stuff. So that's really cool, meticulously crafted. I really like this movie, and definitely one of the better movies I've seen all year. And I'm enjoying it, feeling a strong 8 to a light 9 to Nope. So, have you watched Nope? From 1 to 10, how much rate it, like, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching.